I did it at my end. So we're cool.
Okay. Okay.
So I guess I'm, in a sense, I'm in Venezuela,
Uh-huh.
and you're here in LA, right?
Okay.
Doesn't it feel
That's
like,
right.
isn't that kind of cool?
Uh, uh, Very cool. That's amazing, considering how it was very long ago.
Well, I don't know how long it would take for you to fly to LA or for me to fly there to Venezuela, but this is a lot more direct.
Yeah, this is great. I feel the same way.
It really is amazing how, nothing can actually match being in the same room with a student or
Right.
a teacher, but you can get an awful lot done on Skype. You really can, And
Okay.
and Richard Wilson, he a great teacher can actually teach you over the phone.
Okay.
The hearing is that attenuated so that you can hear whether a student is making good contact with the instrument in the way that you're describing. So yeah, it's pretty amazing. So to be able to see as well, pretty cool.
Yeah. That's right. Okay. uh, well, I just wanted to say that I know about you because of your article, and I studied that a little bit, and the last part was very. I didn't get it at first, and I've seen some of your videos, and I guess now what it's all about, but I had no idea when I first read it.
Right.
And what's cool about it is that the fingers are not involved, and it's just gravity and rebounds. As far as I know, no, I don't. I'm not very skilled with the fingers, the finger technique, and the fact that this doesn't use the fingers is cool to me.
Well, that's a good takeaway. You're talking about the Modern Drummer articles that I co-authored with Richard Martinez.
That's that.
Okay. Well, that's a good sign that you took the time to actually read those articles. And then you commented, you reached out to me and mentioned that you were kind of fascinated with the throw, or as Murray Spivack would call it, the downstroke. Richard Wilson would tend to call it a throw. And it seems to us that there was a difference in terms of the way Spivack approached downstroke and the way Richard Wilson would make a throw. However, as the thing gets smaller and smaller, they might not be different at all. Not really, right? So it's kind of fascinating, and we wish they were around, because those are some of the things that would be wonderful to discuss with them. So
of course.
I have my videos. I put up a couple of videos of Richard Wilson teaching, not the throw, I don't believe. And we have Murray Spivack teaching Louis Belson in video how to make right, and so you can. There is a distinction. Now this idea that when you say, and by the way, as the technique develops, and it would be something that would occur towards the end of your studies, where Dick Wilson, for instance, would involve or include it would call, I believe, finger pulls. Okay, so can use fingers, but you're right. It's this idea, you see, because the fingers are involved, but not in the way that you think. Because when you do this, just copy me for a minute, Louis.
Okay.
Just put your arm, yeah, like that, nice and flat. You want your arm,
Okay.
you want your arm to be parallel to the floor. And then if you just bend your wrist forward, show me what happens. Do it again. Bend a little. Go. Yeah, there you go. See, your fingers opened up. They became elongated. And when you turn the wrist back to the position that you first created, the fingers come back towards the palm a little bit, right?
Okay.
So the fingers are reacting to the wrist. And that's what Richard Wilson liked about the technique, is that you, in a sense, you get the fingers for free. And in a sense, with regards to the throw that you were asking me about, you get the arm for free. See, we're not doing anything with, it's not this. And by the way, there are no right or wrong ways to play. We talk about that in the article. We're very careful to not pit one camp against another camp, right? This technique doesn't use what is a molar, doesn't use not even a modified molar. It's pure wrist. This tech, as Buddy Rich would say, it's all in the wrist, right? So the wrist really leads everything. It motivates the fingers. It can motivate the upward motion of the forearm just by. Just do this with me now. Just put your your left hand and relax your shoulder. My shoulders are always hanging. Let your arms hang by your side. Just let them hang by. Yeah. There. You don't want to be holding anything. You don't need. You're using muscles. It's not efficient, right? We don't want to use any muscular activity that's not absolutely absolutely necessary, right? Okay, so now if you just come up like this, nice and relaxed with your shoulder. Nope, your shoulder came out again. See, your elbows kicked. Yeah, just let it hang and come up like this. Do that with me again. There you go. See how your shoulder's just hanging? Now,
yes, I see.
Just rotate into this as well. Okay, now, yeah, it's okay. It's better. And keep it nice and flat. Not up like this, just flat, right? You want this fairly flat in here. Yeah, now if you put your hand underneath and you just roll forward, leave your fingertips on your other hand. There, see? Your forearm went up and you didn't lift it up. It happened. It would happen
by itself.
Point it out, you might not even know it happened. It just, look, it went up. You see? There you go. And that's you. If you read the articles, we get up, down, and down. Most techniques are all down. Everything is down. But in this technique, just like playing a long tone, for instance, on a violin, we can play moving in both directions. Well, why not on a drum? So we can make notes go up and down, up. Down. That's it. Now, if you were going to make a little throw, see, believe it or not, there's actually a note right here. Even though you haven't lifted your fingers away, really, it's like a note. You can get a note, and I'll show you at some point. You can get a note, and you can get a note, up, down, note. If we wanted to make a little throw, as I go to come down, I do what Murray Spivack would say. He'd say, now you cock your wrist. So do this with me one more time. I want you to feel it.
Okay.
It's really good. You got it right away. So you're going up. Go on up by bending, by rolling forward. And then you come down. Right? You come down, down. So you go up again. Go on up. A little more. Yep. This time you're just going to flick on the way. Flick.
Okay.
Yeah, just flick. Just make a little tap on your. But you have to lift your fingers away from your palm now. Can you do that? Can you lift your fingers? There!
Yes.
It's like clapping. Murray Spivack I'm not teaching you anything you haven't been doing since the day you were born. See? And so you're,
Okay.
see how natural this is, right? We don't clap like this. We don't clap like this. It's just,
Okay.
just the wrist, right? Really good. So if that's it. Yeah, don't go doing anything with your arm. You don't need to. It just goes up from the wrist, and then it comes down from the wrist. Okay, pretty good, man.
Okay.
That's not bad. You actually, there you go. So now you have a much better idea with regards to what is a downstroke or a throw. So just real quick.
Okay.
Let's put a stick in your hand. Let's put stick in hand. Just so you can experience.
Both of them, or one?
Maybe not. Just in the. Are you right or left-handed, Louis?
Right-handed.
Okay. Murray would say often the hand that isn't the dominating hand gets it faster. Interestingly, maybe. Doesn't matter which hand, right? But your grip looks pretty good already. Are you sure you haven't taken a couple lessons with Spivack? Pretty good.
I'm kidding. Never.
So you see, the stick is just laying in the hand. Go ahead and do this. Take your thumb off. Take your thumb off. And you lift your thumb off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should rest in the middle finger, I guess.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, you've done your homework. It's actually, you're right. The middle finger is typically in palm down the fulcrum. But right now, I just want this really simple. It's just laying in my whole hand, isn't it? It's laying on the first finger, fourth, and fifth. It's laying in that. It's just laying in the hand. Feel the weight, and you talked about gravity. See, the weight of the stick lying in the hand. Right now, come back into this position. Now we can be a little more palm down. It'll still lay in your hand. You don't have to be in French, right? You know the difference. Yeah. Now just go ahead and put your thumb. Just put your thumb on. Go ahead and lay your thumb flat of the thumb. Now all we're going to do is turn our wrist. Come on, just copy me. Not bad. I'm not coming up quite as high. Pretty good. See how you stop down? Once you make your strike, there's nothing. There's no movement, right? Why would there be any movement if there's no sound? We only move when we're requesting a sound, a note, or notes.
Okay.
So that looks really good. Now remember the idea of this. You can keep the stick in your hand, but just mentally reacquaint yourself with this, and then Murray calls it cocking your wrist. You're going to cock your wrist to the ceiling as the system just falls back or collapses.
Okay.
So now we have a stick in our hand. So instead of the tips of the fingers resting or staying in what Richard Martinez would call a fixed point in the universe, right? Okay. Now, instead of the tips of the fingers, it'll be the stick, the bead of the stick.
Okay.
Now the bead is akin to the tips of the fingers. So just like we left the fingers in one position, now we're just going to leave the bead in one position. Can you do that? Go on up. Okay. From your wrist. There you go. See? Pointed down. See that you've got a V shape, right? Okay. Right, you're there. Now come back down. Let it collapse. Remember we did that? We just went up and down without you flicking. There you go. Up, down, up, down. Good, man. Now this time we're going up and we're going to make a little flick. We're going to cock our wrist. Woo! See how your arm is relaxed? You don't need to do very much. You're leading with the wrist. Now, you asked me specifically about the difference regarding the Spivack throw and the Richard Wilson throw. Spivack liked to get to where he said the power is which is this part of the throw, he'd like to get to that position more quickly. So he'd make a little bend. Go ahead and make a little bend. Copy me. That's right, just a little one. And then he'd quickly get way up to here. You know, he's got Louis Belson coming. Yeah, and then he comes down.
With the forearm all together.
Yes, but it's really the wrist that's doing it. We're never pushing with our forearm. Watch.
Okay.
It's the wrist that's leading. It's the wrist that motivates the downward motion of the arm. Right. Now Richard Wilson would have you leave that bead down longer, and he'd follow it up in this way, and he'd get into this position, maybe even all the way like to here. Go on, try that.
Necessary. Okay.
Right. He doesn't get to here quickly. He gets to here first.
Okay.
Go ahead and try it. No, I want you to come. I want you to come straight up. Don't come up so high. Just
okay.
Right there. You're right. And then he lets it collapse. Go ahead.
This the idea is to get to this position as far as possible without compromising the forearm.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
That's right. That's pretty good, man. Okay, so you're here, and then you're just going to cock your wrist to the ceiling as everything falls. Not bad. That's essentially the difference. Are you playing matched, or are you playing traditional?
I'm trying to play matched. For many years I played like this, but I would like to play matched. I would like. Well,
I often play traditional. You know, I spend so much time on it that, you know,
okay.
You don't want to have spent all that time and not take advantage of it by playing in that grip that you've worked on. But it's really, there's just a kind of cross-lateral transference. They're the same, right? Right? And all kinds of things will happen as we're playing. You know that this is palm down, right? When we're in this position, they call it a German palm down. Then we have a little bit towards French, where the thumb starts to point towards the ceiling. Do you know about that distinction?
A little bit.
This palm down. Show me French, where the thumb is the nail of. There you go. Yeah, but just try. Yeah.
In between group.
Well, we don't, without getting into too many details, we're just trying to keep the stick in one place, you see. So if I want to go into French, I don't suddenly want to see this. It would just be the stick staying in one place as we go into French, right? And then we have what is in between, half turned over.
Okay.
Like that, okay? Here's the other important thing, Louis, as you're going to, you know, try to get the primary aspects of this, you know, for you to consider on your own when you're not with me. What you want to remember is giving you the kind of a cornerstone concepts of this technique. What you want to remember is that we have what is a starting position. We talk about it in the articles. It's the stick is parallel to the floor, right? We call it the floor, but the forearm is parallel to the floor. The stick, in a sense, is an extension of the arm, so it's parallel to the actual floor, right? And we're half an inch to an inch parallel to the playing surface, bead to butt end. You see how it looks? And you're already in it. You've got a great position. See, that's the floor. See, that's where we're always coming back to that. We're always coming back to the floor. Go ahead and try. Strike. Right. It goes back to the floor. Then we can let it bounce. See? And we always come back to the floor. Very
Right.
important. So those are that's the essential takeaway for you today. Because I just wanted to relate to you. I appreciated your support and your interest.
Yes, and I want I also wanted to thank you because of this. This was a great lesson for me, and just for the sake of sharing, I let me show you something. Because I think maybe it might interest you or not. Because the magazine Mother Drummer published an article in 2018. If you can see it, and
Flam Ostinatos.
uh-huh.
All right, and I can't quite see who the author is.
It's me.
That's you?
And yes, I and
Now,
well, I think it's available. I guess, and in fact, I don't have my brother bought the issue because here it doesn't. The magazine we can't get it here, but I got the copy at least. But I wanted to share it with you because maybe it might interest you to some degree.
well, sure it does. Can you email that to me? Can you take a photo and figure out a way to email it to me?
Right, yeah, of course, I can do it.
Cool.
And what I did before this, what got me to this point was a short video I made showing this idea, and they, I think that was what allowed me to made it possible for them to accept the article.
Well, I'd like to see that demonstration. Is that in video form, in other words?
Yes, I can give you the link on the mail, along with the
Okay,
the copy.
We'll figure that out. But so we both had the pleasure of writing for Modern Drummer magazine. So pretty cool. I didn't know. And when you went to play, I thought to myself, this guy has been playing for a while. This guy has some knowledge, and so kudos, man. It's cool. You're in Venezuela, and you're reaching out, connecting with, which is the largest drum magazine in the world. And
well, that's an honor for me, really.
Doing some
and it's an honor for me to be talking to you today, and this great experience for me. Really.
Well,
thank you so much. Really.
My pleasure, man. I'm going to turn off the camera. That was cool. Very cool. Good job, man.